Hi, welcome to this live video. In this live video, I'm actually going to measure the hotness of this Chipotle Habanero Balsamic Vinegar. So thank you if this has been sent to me. I had a couple of complimentary bottles, so I will do a little taste test at the end. But what I'm going to now do is take the food sense generation 4 and measure the Scoville heat units through the amount of capsaicin that's in there, and we're going to measure the Scoville heat units for this particular product. Now I've got a few things going on in front of me. It's quite busy actually, so I'll take out the bottles that I'm not going to immediately test, and I'll just sort of focus in on what we have got here. I'll do a little organoleptic test at the end. I'm just going to shake this up quickly. So this is a kind of, I don't know if I want to say a vinaigrette, but it's a balsamic vinegar anyway, with this Chipotle Habanero in there. What I will do is I will just pour out a bit into a beaker so you can kind of see that it's thin enough that I can actually use the pipette to measure it out. So I'm going to take 100 microliters of this, which I will put into a little vial here. I might just do that again. Right, so I've got 100 microliters like that. I'll put it into that vial. I realise I put in a clean sensor, so I'll just grab a clean sensor as well, which I will put on. So I've grabbed a few sensors, and I will use those shortly. Right, so I took 100 microliters of that. I need 900 microliters of the buffer. So I'll do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right, and now what I'll do is I will close the lid up. I'll bring those slightly to the side here. I will, I'll vortex it just very quickly, well, about 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give it a little shake. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's easier to test these kind of samples because it's mostly liquid phase anyway, so most of the capsaicin is already in the liquid phase, so it's not like trying to test a powder or something that's more solid where we're trying to extract the capsaicin. Here we're just really mixing the material into the buffer rather than trying to extract the capsaicin, because the capsaicin will be already sort of mostly extracted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my phone, because I've got an app on my phone. So I've got an app. The app is in Bluetooth connection with the food sense generation 4. I'm just going to give this a name. I'm going to call this, let me just go back slightly. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Yeah, right, I will show you what I've written. Right, so I've written something like Chipotle, Chipotle Habanero Balsamic Vinegar 10-2. That will allow me to kind of identify that sample later on. Right, put that down there so you can see it. I think I put a new sensor on there. I'll just have a quick look at it. Yeah, that looks pristine. Okay. Right, so I've got my sample here. I will grab a 50 microliter pipette and put that sample on. I'll just vortex that up finally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just want to get that homogeneous just at the end there, so that I'm testing a kind of a representative sample, let's say. Right, so I put the 50 microliters on like that. I'll go continue. You saw me do a 1 in 10 dilution, so I'll make sure I choose the 10. Start measurement, and off we go. So you get some early indications of what's going on. So I can see here the capsaicin peak. It does essentially does the experiment twice. So I get the capsaicin peak again. So it's not one of these ones that's so hot that you suddenly see it what we call flatlining. then it will analyze the data, and I'll be able to show you both the result and the raw signal as well. So as it's doing that, I'm just going to change my screen for a second. I will leave that playing in the background so you can see what it's doing. And I'll just go to something called Julie. And in fact, I've got the result. So I've hold my, whoops a daisy. I'll hold that up now, but what I'm going to do is just going to change cameras really quickly and show you that that says 1530. So that's 1,530 Scoville heat units. I will just, in fact, I did an earlier test on this as well. So this is my, in fact, I prepared an earlier sample just to kind of do a dry run. So I did actually prepare two samples exactly the same way. Earlier on when I tested it, I got a result of, let's have a quick look. This was the earlier one. I just did a live one in front of you. Earlier on I got 1,601. And now I've just done it again, but appreciate that 1,601, and then this time I got about 1,530-ish. Let's just do a quick refresh on that. Understand that 1,601 and 1,530 are basically the same number with just a little experimental difference between the two. But these are genuine, real samples, let's say. So we got a good repeatability, and it also gives me that reassurance that the number we're giving you is, let's say, real. So you got nice strong signals. I got peak 1, peak 2, and peak 3. So this is the fingerprint for capsaicin. I can see the raw signal. I get my result here, 1,530 Scoville heat units, 1,530 Scoville heat units. As I said, I did it earlier on as well. So I've done it in duplicate, and I got 1,600 there. So you can do an average of those two, which will come out about 15. I'm going to make this up slightly. It's like 1,580. But you can see that repeatability is really good at the test. And so you can generally say that's about 1,600 Scoville heat units. Now I'm just going to sort of prove a point a little bit, because I will take this now. In fact, I might even change camera slightly. Just to kind of give you an organoleptic kind of sense of this as well. So in fact, if I take this, so I'll take a sort of, I'll take a fair amount. I mean, it's quite peppery, actually. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's very tasty. So, I mean, it's basically blended for flavour. But I just want people to either say, oh, well, it should be hotter than that. No. I mean, I can also then take some Tabasco sauce, which is a similar kind of heat. About 2,500 Scoville heat units. So I'll put a similar amount on this spoon. I just wanted to kind of give you a rationale that when we say that number is what that number is. Now, we've done an analytical method. This is really a kind of a subjective organoleptic test as well. But just to kind of say, I'm taking that. So they're both similar, which is also expressed through the Scoville heat units of that. So in summary, very tasty. I received a bottle of this. I have tested it. I've tested it twice, in fact. First time around was 1,600. Second time around was 1,530. So you can generally say that, the Scoville heat unit for that is approximately 1,565 Scoville heat units. I'm just doing the average just in my head really quickly. If you do have any questions regarding the Food Sense Generation 4 and our ability to do rapid preparation and rapid test of Scoville heat units, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thanks very much.